Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and over the last year, we have been looking at more and more screens. Screens of all kinds, from TV screens, computer screens, phone screens. It's enough to make you scream. It's also enough to give you eye strain.
With so much being done virtually these days, the time you spend on your screen is naturally going up. So what can we do to avoid consequences for being glued to our digital screens? I'll let the pros answer that question. Dr. Nancy, first off, thank you so much for allowing us to be here today. Digital eye strain has been around forever, but how is it more different now during this pandemic?
It's 100% the duration of time that everyone's spending on their devices. Now we even have kids that are on their computers all day for virtual learning. And then I have people that used to go to jobs and be up and down during the day that are now just sitting at their desk at home all day long on the screens.
What are some of the warning signs?
So the most common symptoms that people will have will be a sense of burning, strain. They might have blurry vision. They might get headaches. Some people might even get neck pain. Our visual system is really meant to be used in the distance. This is where our eyes naturally want to sit. So especially if your eye posture isn't perfectly aligned, that little bit of extra effort that your system's putting in to keep a clear, focused image can cause a lot of tiredness. On top of that, we have that high energy blue light that's coming from the screen, but now we're just getting so much more of it. And that's where that extra fatigue can set in.
Speaking of blue light, what should we do to avoid it a little bit or just be more cautious of it?
There are special lenses that we can put in our glasses that filter out that high energy blue light. You can just tone down the blue light on your screen, reducing the amount of time that we're spending in front of the devices, or that proximity to the devices could also be important.
What kind of suggestion can you give our viewers about posturing themselves when they're working from home or kids that are homeschooling right now?
For your handheld devices, this is the distance that we use. It's called Harmon's distance. It's from here to the back of your elbow. You don't want to have a digital device any closer than this. A lot of our patients will have specific glasses that give them their computer vision in a specific part of their lens. And it's typically about right here. You don't want your screen to be higher than your normal primary view, and you don't want it to be too much lower. And if you do use a laptop and sit like this as opposed to a desktop, that's something that you might want to tell your eye doctor, because they might want to custom tailor your glasses for where your device sits.
What can you tell us about the 20-20-20 rule?
So every 20 minutes, you take a 20-second break, just looking 20 feet away in the distance. And what you're doing is you're just giving your eyes a little bit to relax.
We're in a time where we're all wearing masks right now during this pandemic, but how does it affect our eyes?
I am having so many patients complain about dry eyes at this point because, you know, we literally are blowing our own hot air up at our eyeballs all day long. I would recommend that you see your eye doctor, consider a dry eye evaluation, because sometimes there are other things that we can do to really stop dry eye in its tracks. Everyone is always saying, how do I keep my glasses from fogging up with my mask? So my best tip for everyone is that you want to wear your mask high and tight. If you have a mask that you can pinch down right here, that's your best thing that you can do. And when you put your glasses on, you want to make sure that your glasses are sitting on top of your mask. If you do this, it's hard for me to even try to fog them up. People typically think, you know, I want my mask down a little bit lower, and if I do one of these numbers, it's easy to fog up. So high and tight, glasses on top.
Luckily, there's ways to get your sight back on track in 2021 so that you can avoid this digital eye strain epidemic and get back your 20/20 vision.